Welcome back from the break. Glad you're still watching Science Breakfast with me, Alan Hubbard. And the sign language interpreter is Tobias Omondi. In studio, as every other Monday, we are with Professor Fred Ogolla. We are here to talk about matters politics. But first, we shall be starting with the dailies, combing through the stories that are making headlines in the dailies. And if you want to be a part of this conversation, head on to our social media platforms. That is a Science TV Kenya at the Alan Hubbard, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, all of it. We are live and broadcasting. You can use also the numbers on your screen, SMS us or WhatsApp us, and we'll be glad to sample some of your feedback. Professor,
yes.
Good morning. How was your weekend?
Very well. Actually, my weekend began last week on Monday.
All right.
Remember last time I was living here, I was going to receive a certificate of my political
Professor, why are you going ahead of me? I asked you how was your weekend, so that you tell me your weekend was X, Y, and Z. Yes, I remember, because it was momentous. Yeah. Why are you trying?
My weekend began that day. Because we have been celebrating.
Yes.
So the weekend was good, but
Yes.
it wasn't that great because towards the weekend was this case of Mwabili.
Yes, the Tanzanian activist.
And, do you know what is famous about that guy?
No.
He's a guy who came up with Occupy churches.
Occupy churches.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, we talk about Occupy Parliament, Occupy State House,
Yeah.
but the one who came up with the strategy Occupy churches.
Churches,
And
yes.
that took oxygen from so many politicians. And, you know, that actually came to the conversation whereby now churches were being told not to
Yeah.
take money from politicians.
Yeah.
And it even stopped the president from visiting some churches. There's a church in Kilgoris where he had even to actually be taken through behind the tents and cleared to leave because it was chaotic. So he's not just the simple activist you think about. He's very strategic.
Yeah. We're going to be looking at his story in the Standard this morning. I think they have covered it extensively. But that was your weekend. Now let us go to the weekend starter, the certificate of the political party.
Yes.
Quite so many political parties. Why did you feel the urge of adding to the number of political parties, and how did it go?
First of all, our political party is not like any other political party.
That's what every politician says.
No, seriously, because when we unveiled the party, we had other parties receive the certificate. For them, it was more important to say, oh, you know, we have the certificate. We say, no. What does the party believe in?
Yeah.
Our party is for the lost, the least, and the last.
The lost, the least, and the last.
Yes. The lost are the people being cheated.
Yeah.
They're always being cheated with some things which don't happen, isn't it?
Yeah.
The least are people who actually are left out. And the last are the people that after every elf has fed, then they brought last.
Yeah.
Like you see for us in Kenya, politicians are the first. Their salaries are paid first.
Yeah.
Allowances are paid first. Everyone else is paid last. So this last, least, and the lost, we care about it. Also, we talked about the issue of evolve as an economic model.
Yeah.
Where E is economic turnaround.
Yeah.
V is value addition. That's economic model we have.
Yeah.
And then O, optimize talent. Then L, leverage strategic partnerships.
Yes.
Then V, vulnerability management. Then the last one is environmental stewardship. Our political party is, just to give you a little bit why I'm saying we are not just adding to a list.
Yeah.
Normally, we don't have political parties in Kenya. That's the truth. We have what is called sororities and fraternities, meaning someone pretending to have a political party, but political party should not be owned by individual.
Yeah.
Individual owning a political party means if you want the party ticket, you have to go to their bedroom, isn't it? You have to see their wife, you have to see their brother. Is it not to know there in Kenya? So if you go to UDA, it's owned by an individual. ODM is owned by an individual, and other parties like WIPE and the rest.
Yeah.
DCP, if you say DCP, you know they own it.
Rigathi Gachagua.
But our party is more of the welfare state model. Taifa la Ustawi. So it's owned by the people. And our rallying call is Hekima Mashinani.
Yeah.
Rasilimali Mashinani, Matunda Mashinani. And this party, actually, the party leader is Mutaita Taveta. And there'll be me, I'm a member, though it is a party are founded, but they'll nominate me if they want as their candidate, presidential candidate, and I'm not the one to nominate other people to other seats. It is them now to say, this party, because of the party ideology, this is what should happen. And Alan, just give me 1 minute to tell you the difference between a political party and a party which belongs to individuals. If you go to South Africa, Zuma was misbehaving as a president, according to ANC.
Yes.
They recalled him.
Yes.
Isn't it?
Yes.
That's a political party, isn't it? Can UDA recall William
The president.
Ruto? They cannot.
Yeah.
You go to Tanzania, isn't it?
Yes.
CCM.
Yes.
When you misbehave against CCM, CCM can recall you as a president, also as a member of parliament. Here, an MP may want to discipline, no, the party leader may want to discipline an MP and they fail. Remember when Raila tried to punish Jalango?
Yes.
Jalango went to court and challenged him, isn't it? And the parties so don't work. So the main thing is that a political party should have locus of control in parliament. What do I mean? That the political party should control parliament, isn't it? But now we are having a situation whereby parliament has been captured, isn't it? Because there is no political party controlling parliament.
Yeah.
Had ODM and UDA come together to control parliament, the president, as the head of executive, could find it difficult to pass any law or amendments in parliament which parliament do not want. So our political party will start championing that. So any candidate in our party has to really believe that they should not sell their soul to the president or any other person, but their true allegiance is the people. And our party policies are very clear how we can actually recall an MP easily rather than other parties. So anyway, that's why my political party is not like any other political party. Yes.
Interesting. You know, you are enticing me to extend this political party conversation, because either way, political parties are the beginning of any political participation. So if the political parties aren't structured properly, then we aren't going to have proper political participation. But you're not going to woo me into that. We'll probably set
another day.
We'll set another day to talk about political parties extensively. I want us to switch our attention to the dailies this morning, and the Daily Standard is where we started off with, and they are saying the headlining story is a 4-day ordeal. Now, the men who abducted activist Mwabili Mwangodi in Tanzania wanted to know why he was causing trouble in Kenya. They mishandled and drove him to a scene of torture. They stamped on his head and jabbed him with springs. After the abuse, they dumped him across the border into the hands of another ruthless crew on the Kenyan side. Meanwhile, a Kenyan scholar in the US has petitioned the UN to stop President Ruto from addressing the General Assembly in September, citing his worsening human rights record. Now, there are a couple of accounts. Besigye is suing is suing Kenya for removing him forcefully from Kenya to Uganda. Agatha and Boniface Mwangi are suing Tanzania for close over 102 million. But then we are seeing this. Initially, we thought it was the Tanzanian government, but the Standard is implicating the president. What is happening?
Yeah, first of all, there's a lot of things happening that are, not even say what is going wrong. There are so many things which are going wrong.
Yeah.
First of all, every country needs to have a foreign policy. And I want to start by an example which took place at one of the media houses, where one of the presidential hopeful was asked, what is your foreign policy?
Yeah.
And he could not answer that. He simply said, I have a team working on it.
Yeah.
So a foreign policy should always be based on a country's national interest. And by the way, Alan, there's a country that always punch above its weight. Do you know that country?
Yeah.
What's the name? Rwanda.
Yes.
Have you ever heard that any Rwandese has been taken somewhere and mishandled? Never. You can't do that. Because we are creating a bad precedence. In Rwanda, the precedence is that do not play with my citizen. That's what Kagame believes in. So you can't play with the citizen.
Yeah.
Tell Ruto to try to touch a Rwandese here. Just tell him to try.
Yeah.
You'll see what will happen. But not that Rwanda can come and bombard Kenya. And I'll go back again to our ideology. We believe that Kenya must always come first. That is the national interest.
Yes.
So I heard last time when Mudavadi was handling the case of Boniface Mwangi, where he said that they don't want to interfere with the diplomatic relationship between Kenya and Tanzania.
Yes.
Which means that Tanzania becomes more important to you than a Kenyan citizen.
Yeah.
No. The sovereign power belongs to the people, isn't it? And because the sovereign power belongs to the people of Kenya comes first before diplomacy. In fact, the people of Kenya begets the sovereignty.
Yeah.
Of course, God gives us the people.
Yes.
The people beget the sovereignty. The sovereignty begets the constitution, and the constitution creates the offices. Can you imagine where the Mudavadi is? It is at the fourth cadre, isn't it? So the fact that the people begets the constitution, which begets the offices, means that the people comes first. So in China, you cannot play with a Chinese citizen. Have you heard last time when there was this over China Square? You saw that, how China issued statements about it. Now, for me, if I was the president, or let's say, for example, CS for Foreign Affairs.
Yes.
If you arrest a Kenyan anywhere, if you are from Tanzania, I will wait for the next Tanzanian plane landing in Kenya. I'll also arrest 10 Tanzanians and put them inside.
But then that is not diplomatic.
No, it is, because what was the reason for arresting Wabili? Have you got the reason now? I can tell you this what happens. It's the only way to square that matter.
Yeah.
I give you an example. You know a country called Angola? Yes. When I was working for the European Central Bank, there's a time when people from Angola were arrested in Portugal, and there were locked 15 of them. Yes. The president of Angola just called the foreign minister and told them, the next plane landing from Portugal, we shall arrest 15 Portuguese and put them inside until our citizens are released. Before that plane landed, the Angolan citizens already
had been released.
It is simple like that. Hakuna mambo mingi ya kusumbwanga. Alan, there is a clear way, because if someone cannot explain why they have arrested your citizen, why should you explain to them why you are arresting theirs? You are just simply saying, we are keeping these citizens until you do that, isn't it? Yeah. The issue of creating embargoes are always there, isn't it? So you can always give people sanctions. This is like a diplomatic sanction. Like you had, if I'm president and you attack my citizens, I'll tell your ambassador to leave. Why is your ambassador safe in Kenya when my citizen is not safe in that country?
Your country?
America even say we don't negotiate with terrorists. So you cannot even try to terrorize their citizen. So once it is clear like that, no one will touch you. So I've told you, how big is Rwanda? Rwanda is the size of Nairobi, isn't it? Nairobi County. How can Rwanda make it so hard their citizens cannot be touched anywhere? Because there's a precedence. Once you make your citizens become second-class citizens, then people can mistreat them. So simply said, what is happening here is that these East African countries, some of them are suffering with their foreign policy. What's the foreign policy? Once someone knows the foreign policy of a country, they treat your citizens with a lot of care. Like now, have you seen that when there's one white man who died somewhere in Machakos of a British citizen? Do you know how the country panicked that he died here? For you can die in London and there's no panic. Why? Why should your death in London not make people panic? Why should your arrest in London not make people panic? It is because those countries are put very clear that they don't negotiate on human life. Human life is protected by the Bill of Rights, isn't it? And even right to freedom, right to travel. East Africa is a shame, Alan. We are talking about East African integration. Yes. Tanzania is the country that hosts IALA. They host the East African community. Parliament. How can they be that shameless of not even promoting freedom and the rest? And the most important, Alan, and maybe this is where we have to thank God for being in Kenya. The Kenyan constitution is more advanced than Tanzania on the issue of human rights and the rest. That's why Tanzanians cannot make as much noise as we can make. Do you know that even in Uganda you cannot make the noise you make? Absolutely. See in Tanzania there's Gen Z. Yes. And Uganda there's Gen Z. How comes only Kenyan Gen Zs are now Gen Zs? It's because in Tanzania they make noise and Museveni just gave them a serious whipping on the street. Yes. They went quiet. But in Kenya, we cannot. So again, I know that as we talk to other Kenyans who are also activists, as you travel to those countries, you should know that their constitutions are not like ours. their democratic space are not like ours.
Yes.
For us, we have a bigger democratic space. So even if we complain, we have it. The only thing we have to do is that democracy should bring development. Democracy should not be an end in itself.
Yeah.
Like sometimes as economists, we see democracy is negatively correlated to development. Like if you go to India, you can say anything, anyhow, anywhere you want, isn't it? But there's not much development in India. But if you go to China, you cannot speak, isn't it? But development is there.
Yes.
So which one do you want?
That in itself, it's a catch-22 situation.
Yeah.
But I want us to go for a break. Then we come back with the nation. But before we go, Prof, then what is the probable solution? Because while these things are happening, then the dream of a holistic East African community becomes elusive. Because if we cannot protect lives amongst within the community, then how are we going to achieve that goal of the East African community where there is free trade, there is free travel, and free everything?
Yeah, I don't want to go to venting, but I can tell you a solution because I work for European Union. What made European Union achieve this was to strengthen, there's what they call the General Assembly for East African Community.
Absolutely.
The General Assembly is made of the presidents and ministers, isn't it?
Yes.
But there's called the court, isn't it?
Yeah.
And also there's what we call the commission. So the commission has not been given powers.
Yeah.
Parliament has not been given powers. The courts have not been powers.
Yeah.
The heads of state keep the powers because
Within
they are
their
afraid
countries.
if they give them to these institutions,
then they're losing their powers.
They're losing their powers.
Yeah.
The same thing for African Union. The chairperson of the Commission, African Commission, does not have the powers. In fact, most of the suggestions they have given to be implemented are vetoed by the General Assembly. Like you see, I did statistics by saying that out of the all recommendations they have done, 93% of them have been rejected by the General Assembly because the General Assembly must adopt them.
Yes.
If they don't adopt them, they don't move. And also the African presidents also fear giving power to the European Commission, the one that Raila was supposed to chair, also the Parliament and the court. But European Union gave power to the Parliament, European Parliament, gave power to European Court, and then gave power to European, let's say, Commission. So even the European Central Bank has a lot of power and has money. So if you misbehave...
And every country contributes to it.
Yes, so here there's no African bank really, the African Union Bank. Of course we have African Development Bank, but that's actually another story.
Another story, yes.
But we need to have some powers in those institutions. And with those powers, they can independently be able to protect people.
And
like now, Boniface Mwangi's case, the one from Wabili, could be taken to East African Court, isn't it? And they could actually sanction Tanzania on something. But who can sanction them?
Nobody.
Can Iyala, which is appointed
actually there is the East African Court, but rarely it can't not bite.
It can bite. So that is the problem. If we strengthen those institutions, and I can tell you, Alan, people fear institutions for nothing. What they don't know is that institutions can protect you and your family, because you cannot be president forever. Tomorrow someone will be president and will attack you. So if there's African Commission or East African Community can come to your aid by telling people, oh, you can't do this to
a former president, a former head of state.
Like if Uhuru Kenyatta used his power as president to strengthen East African Community, when Wakinaga Chago and Ruto went after his Northlands,
the East African Court would have come in strongly.
You cannot do this to a former head of state because these are his rights and privileges. But people think that power is permanent. It's not. It's not.
Interesting. Professor, I think we should start a different show that isn't limited to the breakfast show, because there is a lot to be dispensed. We were talking about the story that is making headline in the Standard. You can go grab yourself a copy and get to read about that story in extension. I want us to take a break. When we come back, we're going to be coming back with the Daily Nation this morning, and you can ponder on that story because it is around exposed police killings and cover-up. Keep it Science TV, and we'll be back after the break.